Hey, this is Chantal Girardi from Online Business Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about not one, not two, not three, not four, but five lead magnet ideas that can grow your email list. For those of you who followed me for a long time, I always say the number one rule of your marketing, especially your social media marketing, is to get people the hell of social media and to get them closer towards you. And the way to do that is through lead magnets, because it's about growing that email list. It's not about going out and giving it all away for free on social media. It's about capturing a qualified person and pulling them in and then continuing that relationship with them, because you do not own that lead on social media. You only own that lead when you have qualified them and you've got them onto your email list, which is so super important. So I'm going to show you 5 ways to do that. And to tell you the truth, a lot of people go and they want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars with a website. And I always say to them, don't get this right first, because if you get this part right, then you can afford to buy the website because you'll already get leads, So for example, a platform like OBMHub is an email marketing platform. You can do courses, you can do forms, you can do lead magnets. You don't even need a website because you can do landing pages. You can even do ads through it and go out onto social media, pull those people in, capture them, and turn them into paying clients. And unfortunately, a lot of people always go, they got to get a logo and a website. And I'm always like, I'm a logo hater and a website hater. I'm like, I believe those two things hold you back in your business. You can be earning money and converting people just based on these strategies. So I'm going to share those with you today. So those 5 lead magnet ideas are a quiz that's going to reveal their gaps, because everybody right now really wants to look at what is actually like where they're at. Like, we all wear smart watches. We were on the dance floor on Saturday night and our watches were going, "You are performing an aerobic activity." And I'm like, "Yes, I am. Monitor my aerobic activity and see how many steps I did." So we live in this world right now. We always want to test and measure things and see where we rate compared to everyone else. So quizzes will work exceptionally well for that. A checklist. People want to tick things off and go, do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need this? Do I need that? So checklists work exceptionally well, and they're so easy to do. Then there's the good old-fashioned ebook, which is just really a PDF downloadable thing. And please, 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 please don't ever in your marketing or on your lead magnet or on your landing page have download my free ebook, because that's not the most important thing. And I always say the most important thing needs to be the biggest thing there, and that is the hook. That is the qualifier. That's the thing that's going to actually get them in. So please never say free ebook. No one ever cares about free. Download my free PDF downloadable ebook. It's not about the free. It's not about the ebook. Please rather use your hooks. And I'm going to give you lots of examples today. A video series. Now, video series are working exceptionally well right now. They're working absolutely. They're working really, really well in the e-commerce space for B2B, and they're working exceptionally well in the B2B space as a video series. And at the moment, I'm busy working on a 5-part one at the moment, which I'm really excited about, where they are very short videos. So say, for example, 5-minute videos where you give it away for free, and then you sign them up into a course. And I got hooked recently. That's how I ended up doing my trauma cert. I ended up I got a free little mini course, and then from there they ended up selling me up into their bigger course. And I was like, that was great. I loved the course. I loved how they did it. It's really easy. I'm now going to sign up for the bigger course. So a short little video series course works really well. And again, a platform like OBMHub, which is based off Go High Level, has a learning management system, so you can actually set up it. And I'm going to show everyone that's live today at the end of this. I'm going to be giving you an additional AI prompt, and I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes how you actually do quizzes, forms, and set up the video series inside Go High Level OBMHub. So I'm going to do that today as well for those members that are live. And then the last one is a challenge or a mini course. And if you've ever been onto my testimonial page and you've had a look, the way that I actually met Daryl was through a 14-day Facebook challenge that I did. And every day for 14 days, I put everybody into a Facebook group. And then every day for 14 days, I gave them a challenge to do on Facebook. And at the end, I sold them into a program. And Daryl's never left. It's been years now. So a challenge is a great lead magnet to get the email address, to give them something, to give them value, and then, obviously sell them into something at the end. So those are the 5 that I'm going to be working with you on today. But first, let's be clear on sort of what that lead magnet is. And it really is a valuable piece of content to give away, to show your expertise, to qualify the right person. I really, really, really don't like it when people give out fluffy, generic lead magnets and lead magnet titles, which can catch everyone. The lead magnet title needs to completely say who this is for and the problem it solves, and it must actually push everyone else away. So the wrong person goes, no, I'm not actually going to download it. And unfortunately, I see this so many times with paid advertising where it's just about getting people onto the email list. It's not about qualifying and disqualifying them. So yes, so lead magnets is all about getting their contact details. Now, when we talk about getting their contact details, it is absolutely important that on your forms, when you do this, that you ask for first name, second name, and email address as a required field. And if you do want the phone number, put the phone number in there, but put it as a non-required field, because some people refuse to put in their telephone numbers into a platform. So we find if it's a non-required field, they're actually more likely to put it in because they feel like we're not forcing them to do it. But if you just go full name, they put their full name in there. And then when you're email marketing to them and you go, hey, first name, it goes, hey, Chantel Girardi, and not Chantel first name, hey, Chantel. So we prefer to go first name, second name, email is required field, phone number as non-required field. And again, this is why it's so important for you to watch the video, because all the stuff that I tell you now is actually extra to my notes, which is really awesome. Okay, so a lot of people say to me, oh my gosh, like I never check I hate emails and I never open my emails and I never check them and I never even use it. And the reason is because you've downloaded something that's not really important to you. You don't deem it as valuable and you don't deem it as important. So if that is happening, it means you're downloading fluffy stuff and you don't really care about it. But if someone is giving you something that you absolutely want, you'll be going into your emails straight away and you'll be waiting for that download straight away. And I've had that happen to me where somebody's emailed me and gone, I haven't received my email. Like I downloaded hot leads on repeat, but I haven't got my email yet. And I've gone, oh yeah, sorry, there's a 5-minute delay and it's been 4 minutes and they haven't received it yet. Now that's what we want with our lead magnets. We want them emailing us and looking out for it, going, my God, that's amazing, I want it. And that's why probably the most important thing for me is getting that name, that title right. Okay, so we want to make sure that they are hyper-targeted, that you absolutely are calling the right person and disqualifying the wrong person. You want to make sure that they are value-packed. But again, they don't really know what's in the ebook, which means your marketing plan, your hook, and that form needs to be absolutely value packed. It has to catch them. It's got to be so delicious and desirable that they will actually stay. Because on the other side, you could give them, honestly, a piece of crap ebook, which obviously you won't do, but they don't know the valuable thing. You've got a very short time in that lead magnet and in the social media that goes to the lead magnet to qualify, disqualify, and catch the right person and hook them in and keep them there. All right. So why like a lead magnet? Well, lead magnets build trust and authority. So if we're on social media and there's a gazillion choices online of who they're going to spend their time with, a gazillion choices, they don't know who to go to. Whoever's got a desirable lead magnet is now going to be email marketing to them. And you're going to be sending valuable pieces of content through to them that's going to build trust and authority. And they're now going to build a relationship with you. Whereas on social media, we don't know if they're ever going to come around and see you ever again. And if ever your account gets deleted, you're gone for good. You're done. Okay, the second thing is about qualifying your leads. And I've already said this so many times, but it really is about qualifying the right person and getting them in. The third part is about nurturing those relationships, because we know that people are not going to buy straight away. They are in the decision-making part of where they go online and they do. End of the day, marketing is all about whoever does it best gets the customer. So if your competitors are not doing good nurture sequences, are not sending them valuable content, well, then you're already ahead of the race, because the next time, they're actually getting warmed up, they'll get the email, and something will click and go, you know what, I need to do something about this, and they'll book that call with you. And they're already nurtured. So when they come to that call, or they come to that service, or they say yes, or they book it in, you are the one that is forefront of mind. I had a sales call last week, and to tell you the truth, I don't remember having a call with this lady, but apparently about 1.5 years ago, she booked a call. We had a sales call. The time wasn't right for her. She's now since come back and is buying possibly 2 programs with me, because her circumstances have changed. And she said, I always wanted to work with you. I always wanted to. The timing wasn't right. And this is 1.5 years ago. And it's because she's been on my email list, and now the timing is right. So that's why lead magnets are so important. And then the last part is about automating lead generation. The whole purpose and point of or part of this lead generation stuff is to automate your lead generation, because we cannot follow up. I was talking to a lead source this morning. She refers about 2 to 3 people to me every single week. And she's like, you really need to follow up more. And I'm like, it's really hard. We need to automate that process. But if they're coming through lead magnets, they already are being automated, which is awesome. All right, so step by step, how do we create a killer lead magnet? Well, firstly, as I said, you've got to know who your audience is, and specifically, you've got to know their pain points. You have to know their aspirations. You've got to know their psychographics. So what they're thinking about right now, what they're experiencing right now, what's keeping them up at night. And then consider, what is a small win? What is a small win that you can help them with and achieve that quickly? Sorry, I'm just going to. Ziggy, no. So what is a small win that you can help them with right now? If their biggest pain point, and you can solve that problem for them right now, what is that thing? And what are the words that you're going to use to get them across the line for that thing? So for example, if we've got business owners right now and they want a marketing strategy, but they have no time to implement that strategy, it makes sense for me to say, well, we've created a resource, which is a checklist on all the marketing things that a VA could be managing for you right now. I'm answering that problem. And it's saying, well, I can get you the VA, and I can give you the strategy, and I can coach you on how to do it, because I'm answering that problem, right? So it's really, really important. And this is the stuff that people don't do, right? This is the stuff that people, they don't go and research their audience, and they don't take enough time to go, what is their pain? What is their aspirations? And honestly, that session should be about 1 hour to 2 hours long, where you just sit down and you go through every specific thing. What are they struggling with? What are they aspiring for? What do they keep moaning about? And that's exactly what we need to know in order to be able to create that perfect lead magnet. Okay, the second thing is we want to now choose the right format. Okay, so if we know our audience, we can get the hook, we can get the title because we know who the person is. But the second part is the format. So if we've got those 5 different things that we can do, which is, the checklist, the quiz, a challenge, a mini training, and a video tutorial. If we're looking at that, we're going, well, what is the format we're going to do? And start with one. I always say start with the easiest one. A checklist is a really, really easy way to start. Super, super easy to start. And I always say start with the easiest one, and that's a checklist. Because my video series, it's going to be, I know it's going to convert, and it's going to convert so well. It's going to take me a while to go and create 5-minute videos and get that format and that funnel right. So I know that I'm probably going to book a camper van trip, go away for a couple of days, and in that time, block out some time and do it. So we just got to look at how we're going to get rid of the overwhelming confusion. If they are really into self-diagnosing, like, for example, am I ready for a VA right now? If they're into self-diagnosing, am I ready? I don't know if I'm ready right now. quick, let me do this quiz and see if I'm actually ready so that they can get a score, because people like to be rated and see where they're at right now. Am I ready for a kinesiologist? Like, how bad do I have to get before I go to a kinesiologist? So let me see on a scale to 1 to 10, how bad am I? You have to think. So a quiz is great in that regard. And as I said, for those who are live today, at the end of this video, when I stop recording, I will show everyone behind the scenes on how we do that. The third part then is obviously delivering in value, because the metaphor I'm going to use right now, the example I'm going to use is a good example. But I went to an event recently, and the presenter runs like this massive podcast. It's got over 100,000 people following them. And they said, like, oh, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you've never thought about. They're going to show you how to grow like a podcast with such a community and whatever. And I was like, I can't wait for him to show me the 3 things. Because if he's grown a podcast to like over 100,000 followers, this guy must know his stuff, right? And I couldn't wait. I got to the presentation and he presented well, but his 3 tips at the end of it was, be consistent, constantly be creating content, or allow time to do content or something. And the third one was like, I can't even remember what the third one was, but they were so generic and I was so disappointed. I was like, you hooked me in. I was so excited. I came there, gave you all my attention, and this was your opportunity to show me that you know stuff that no one else knows, so that I could possibly invest in you. Like, I could possibly spend money with you because you're showing me that you know something, not what everyone else is doing, not what ChatGPT is saying, not what, everyone online says be consistent. I wanted him to show me something that no one else was doing, like a magical tip or something that nothing, that he knew, the secret formula. And as I said, marketing was good. The event was well presented, but the content ended up lacking. So, the third step in that is to make sure that you are now, that you're delivering value, but it's not cookie cutter, because remember, marketing is not about what you do is the same. It's about what you do that's different. And credibility is exactly the same. If you're going to go and give my credibility out there, you need to give my credibility. You need to show my credibility that's not the same as everyone else. So, for example, with me, like, I've got all this experience in the health, wellness, and fitness. I'm a marketing agency, but I have all this holistic experience as well, like in trauma and NLP and hypnosis and, whatever. So working with purpose-led business owner, it just resonates. And that's where the whole Meaningful Marketing podcast comes into it, because I like to do marketing that's meaningful, because I have this holistic background. And even though I have an online business, I actually want to do it better so that we can live our lives offline better. So that's my point of difference. And I need to bring that to the table. So when we're showing our credibility and we're showing our expertise, we want to make sure that our juice, our glitter, our point of difference is in there as well. And I know I did this with the EVS team the other day. We came up with 6 pillars, and it was freaking amazing. I had goosebumps afterwards. I was like, those are our 6 things. Like, they're amazing. And that's what it is. Like, you need to work out, what are those points of difference? What are those things? And then you need to make sure that that is in your value in your lead magnet, and of course in those nurture sequences as well. All right, so make sure obviously that your branding's on point. Make sure that visually it's appealing. It doesn't have to be too fancy pants, but you do need to make sure that it's visually appealing. We have, on some occasions, people have spent like thousands of dollars creating PDF lead magnets, and then they haven't been converting. So we've just changed the title to make it more hooky, and we've actually just kept the lead magnet the same, but all we've done is just added little, almost like little intros to it as they get it, so that there's connection there. And that has worked perfectly. We haven't had to go and pay thousands to actually change the lead magnet. As long as there's relevancy between the two, relevancy and connection, it's absolutely fine. So the next part then is about building that funnel. And as I said, it's super, super, super easy. When I had my fitness business and I just arrived from South Africa and I had no freaking money, I didn't even have OBMHub. I didn't have a lead generation software. I didn't have an email marketing platform. I had nothing. I just went onto social media, put them into the Facebook group, got the email address, and just privately emailed them. And I just did it the old-fashioned way through Facebook Messenger and emails. which nowadays they've got a fancy word for it. They call it appointment setting. And we kind of did it that way. But, you know, right now, if you've got a website, you can use that. If you have an email marketing platform, you can use it. But OBMHub is an all-in-one marketing platform, basically has everything in one place, which makes it super easy. So what can you do? Well, as I said, you can create landing pages that for us, we keep it really simple. We don't even do a landing page because we believe the social media content is building connection, credibility, and is compelling. So I actually just want to get them to the form, and I just want the form to have a heading and a subheading, and then just first name, second name, email address required, and phone number non-required. And that's what I like to do, because we find sometimes that when you take them from social media, you've been so good in your social media and you got them to click through, and then the landing page just is too long, or the messaging is inconsistent, or it kind of loses them, or they're too busy. They've already read you here and said yes. Now they've come here. They've said yes already, but they've come here now. Now they get busy and they go, I'll get back to that later. So for me, I like to make it super easy and go social media content, and all I want is the heading, the subheading, and the form. Just take that email address. That's what I like. Making sure, as I said, you got the headline, which is the hook. You got the subheadline, which is the promise or the benefits. And then you've got your opt-in, obviously, your lead capture, how you capture them. And then from there, I love a little thank you page. We call it a thank you page because that's what it is when you set it up. But really, that thank you page could straight away say, hey, listen, if you straight away, like you've had enough of this BS, please use your own tone and voice and language. But this is what I would say. If you've had enough of all this BS and you're ready to just get on a call and have a chat about this and see how we can solve this problem, or if you want to check out our testimonials, jump on the website and it pops them up to the website. Just keep it nice and simple. But there's you've already got their email address. So perhaps they're already ready to have that call. Again, another good way to nurture them is to send them to your testimonial page, send them to the website and go, here's some case studies. But you have the email address, but again, it's just that another touch point, because right now we're saying that people need to be touched a gazillion times before they actually purchase. Consistency is king. And when I say consistency, I'm saying regular follow-up and touch points. But when I say that, I mean the messaging needs to be the same again. And that is why, like, your key messages have to be the same the entire way through. So it becomes, it just gets rubbed into them continually, so they cannot say no. And even from a branding perspective, it's the same thing. Consistency, but in the key messaging more than anything. And the third part of that funnel is obviously the automation. So you want to make sure that you've got a follow-up sequence. You're looking at about 3 to 5 emails. I know some people that have had like 20 emails in a nurture sequence or a follow-up sequence. We normally stick to 3 to 5 in an email sequence. We don't like them getting promotional emails while they are getting a lead magnet sequence. So if they're in a nurture sequence and they're getting nurtured, I don't want them getting my promotional emails. I want them, because if they get a couple promotional emails and suddenly I'm talking about a webinar, or I might be talking about an event I'm doing in New Zealand, it's getting broken. That connection with them is getting broken. I want it to be consistent, right? So we want to make sure that we don't have them getting promotional emails until after they've finished the nurture sequence or they've booked a call. So for me, it's different to how it could be for other businesses. But for me, the goal is that they book a call. So we're constantly searching for them. If they book a call, that sequence will stop and everything will wait until they've had that call, and then it should carry on again afterwards. Okay? It has to be relevant to the customer. You've got to look at the customer. Now, we like to use one sheets. So we'll go like a one sheet or a source stock. We'll put it all out there and we go, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. This is the timing. This is the email get. So we look at that customer journey and we go, that customer journey makes sense. And only when we've tried, I even try to get them to unsubscribe in my language. It's like, unsubscribe if you're not into this. I want them to if they're the wrong person. Else we flush them all out, and then, you know, from there, then they can go into our master list and get our promotional emails. All right, so other ways that you can obviously monetize your lead magnets. So you could have a soft sell in the follow-up. So for example, I did a free 14-day challenge. The free 14-day challenge then went into come into our VIP group program or book a one-on-one. So you can then, you could have a soft sell, you could have a hard sell. Soft sells, hard sell. A soft sell is, if you really like this and you want to chat further and you want to, explore this more, feel free to do that. A hard sell is like, you've got 24 hours. This offer expires in 24 hours. Buy now. This is what you get. This is the outcome, and that's it. And I often talk about soft sales and hard sales because we should have a balance of them. Definitely need a balance of the two. You could use it as a sales conversation starter. So we use this for B2B and e-commerce and obviously B2C and service-based businesses. And it's a sales conversation starter. It's just that book a call, choose a time to chat. So if you've watched my call to action vlog, where I talk about the language you use, we find that people like learn more, choose a time to chat, is nicer language than book a call. And then you can also use it to retarget and upsell people. So we can go back into our CRM and have a look at people who've downloaded our lead magnet. And if they've never booked a call, we can actually now send them emails, targeted emails, and say, a year ago you downloaded our hot leads on repeat. Have you now got hot leads on repeat? If not, do you want to have a chat about that? Why is that? So we can look at re-engaging those leads just based on what they're doing. So another good key point here is make sure that when you have your lead magnet funnels, I like the lead magnet. So for us in the back end, the lead magnet, we use LM for lead magnet. It has the name hot leads on repeat. The automation has the name hot leads on repeat. The download has the name download hot lead on repeat for our records, because else when you're trying to find the documents, you can't find the automation that belongs to the lead magnet that belongs to the PDF. So make sure they're all named the same. Make sure you've got a one sheet, and your one sheet has the entire funnel on that one sheet with every link, the link to the automation, the link to the download, the link and everything, all the names match up. All right. Cool. And then, of course, for partnering up. Now, this one is absolutely huge and a bit of a sore point for me at the moment, because I've got I don't know, we've got 6, 7, 8 lead magnets. I've got about 8 functioning lead magnets at the moment, and some of them are a bit old and need a bit of a refresh. But as we're redoing the website at the moment, we're changing where they're going and what they're doing. And now we've had to buy extra domains to point to those lead magnets. And here's why. Because, for example, if I did a podcast 5 years ago and I said at the end of a podcast, go download my resource, Hot Leads on Repeat. You can find it under free resources, Hot Leads on Repeat. Now, if I go change the URL or I change the name and people are still listening to that podcast from 5 years ago, they're not going to find it. So this is why I like to have a free resources tab on the website, so so if they get lost, they can at least go to free resources and find your free resources. Or you can do what we're doing, and what we're doing is we're creating redirects, because I've gone out and go and download my 21 content ideas that outsmart the algorithm. If I change the URL, or if I change that name, and it's been in events, it's been in blogs, it's been everywhere, I'm now going to lose those people. So very important, again, not on my notes. And this is why super important that you watch the video training or attend live, you get so much more. Okay, so partnering up. You could do a joint venture. You could do a competition. You could be a guest on a podcast when running an event. You could go download my Hot Leads on Repeat. I think I've actually got it on my business card. I've got a QR code on the back. A QR code on the back that says download Hot Leads on Repeat. So that's the other thing. Don't change your QR code URLs and have that on the one sheet, because else if you change that, I actually scan these before I go anywhere now. I'm like, does that still work? You want to make sure they still work. Another cheat for that one is to have one QR code that goes to Linktree, and then Linktree takes you to the free resources, which has all your downloads. That's another cheat. Because yeah, it does get a bit difficult keeping tabs on QR codes and all the URLs for all the free resources, because people might still be using them. But yeah, so partnering up is a great way to do that, because whenever you partner up, you're allowed to do a soft sell at the end, and you're allowed to say, thanks so much for coming, go and download my hot leads on repeat. And that's a lead magnet. Obviously, that captures them. All right, so how to manage and optimize it? Well, weekly, you want to go and check. So for example, this would be a Friday activity. A Friday activity, you'd go and you check your opt-in numbers. So we're looking at open rates, and the day, the time, and the subject line are responsible for open rates and the language you use and the emojis. Then we want to look at your opt-in numbers. So Google Analytics. You'd be looking at Google Analytics. How many people are coming from social media and landing on hot leads on repeat? If, for example, the whole week we've been going hot leads on repeat, hot leads on repeat. We now want to go to Google Analytics and go, how many people came to the page? And then we want to look at how many people actually downloaded it. Because that's going to go, okay, is this actually working? And we'll work out. So we had a whole bunch, our social media manager had a whole bunch of people coming to our opt-in page, and we noticed nobody was opting in. And we thought, oh, it must be the language on the actual landing page. What we learned, what we figured out was actually one of the links was broken. So even if they were clicking on the links, our links were broken on the website. So you want to follow the funnel, but we wouldn't have known that if we hadn't gone and followed the funnel and done that Friday check-in and go, right, what's working, what's not working. All right. This gives us an opportunity to tweak subject lines, tweak our content plan, tweak our headlines and our call to actions and the language we use. You can also then repurpose that content into blogs, social media. You can make it into videos or little reels, and you can promote it again across all channels. So for us, it's really good for us to have like a Google Sheet with all your media and all your links. So we can say, right, we've got this video. This video is about, let's say, Google Analytics. So we know that in that video, we talk about Google Analytics. If we've made short videos, here are the short video URLs that you can use. Here are the testimonials that support that. And now you've got a content library, and your content library has absolutely everything in it. So when we go, right, we want to now promote our virtual assistant marketing strategy, we can now go to the Google Sheet and go, VA marketing strategy, cool. We've got all these videos where Chantel spoke about it over here. So I can use all those videos in my content plan. And on top of it, we've got all these blogs where she spoke about it. She did all these podcasts on VA marketing strategy. Here are all the checklists on it. And then here are all the short form videos as well. All right, so content library is absolutely fundamental, making sure that it's got all links to everything all in one place. If you don't have a content library set up, I just say start today. Don't worry about going backwards. Just start today. Going backwards will do your head in. But just start today with moving forward and go, there's our content library. Done. So you want to keep updating your content, also making sure that it's fresh and that your call to actions and everything are still relevant. What I like to do is go into blogs, go into YouTube videos, and go into wherever they're going into, look at it and go, you know what, we've actually changed our logo, we've changed our key message, and make sure that you update those documents, and then obviously update them in the funnel as well. All right, so I'm going to give you, am I going to share this live? What time are we at? Or I'll do this live. I'll share this live and then we'll go behind the scenes. So these are 5 lead magnet examples that I have. So I actually have these 5 in my business, and I'm going to give you those example. And the whole sole purpose of these lead magnets is to qualify, and I'm going to say it, cock block the wrong people and get them into your email list so that we can continue to build know, like, and trust. And pull them into our sales cycle. Okay, so number 1, I've got a quiz. My quiz is identify your marketing gaps. So, you know, what's missing in your marketing machine. It's a quick, fun quiz that helps business owners pinpoint where their marketing gaps are. Perfect for business owners who are feeling stuck or scattered and don't know what they don't know and don't know what they're missing. All right. And number 2, I've got a checklist. I've got the ultimate VA marketing checklist. It's all the tasks a VA can do in your marketing right now to help you focus on your business. So we've got that. Then we've got a checklist. It's a checklist. It's called Hot Leads on Repeat, which I've spoken about a few times today. It's about helping you attract and convert people without paying for ads. Then we've got a video series. So it's a 6-part training, which is called Get Sales on Your Sites, which is about turning your website, social media, and Google into a sales machine without paying for ads. Then I've got a mini challenge, and my mini challenge is a 3-day Reels challenge, where over 3 days I show them 3 different ways to create Facebook and Instagram Reels. It is actually video as well as step-by-step as well. And then all of those go into book a call, book a call, book a call, all come back to me, my brand message, everything that I do and what we're about, and converting them. Cool. So I'm going to say goodbye to those of you who are watching on YouTube right now. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. If you learned something today, please comment below. If you'd like me to create content on something, please let us know. You may also notice that we are changing up our thumbnails. They are more than due for a refresh. So if you like our new thumbnails, please comment below and let us know. For those that are live today, we're going to go behind and I'm going to show you how to use the LMS, the Learning Management System, how to create quizzes and how to create forms in OBMHub. This is Chantal Girardi from Online Business Marketing.